Those of you that were in our program on apps, somebody mentioned, oh, did you know you can do this with the library? And everybody says, oh, can we have the library come over and tell us how to do this? So here we are with the library to let you know how you can access their programs and services digitally. So I have Alyssa and Allison with us, and I'm going to turn it over to them.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you, NACAM, for recording this presentation. Right up here? Thank you. I'd like everybody to hold their questions to the end. We'll have a lot of time at the end for questions. So how to sign up for a library card. Does everybody here have a library card? Some people? So this presentation is for everybody, regardless of whether or not you live in North Andover. If you have a library card from a neighboring community, like Andover, Lawrence, those cards will also work to access our digital books. To get a library card, you have to go in person to your home library and show proof of residency. That will get you a physical card to access the physical collection. You can also sign up for an e-card, and that will give you access to all of our digital collections. Once you have an e-card, you can go in person and turn that e-card into a physical card. Who is eligible for a Stevens Library card? North Andover residents, North Andover employees, and teachers can all get a Stevens Memorial Library card. All of our ebooks come through us through Libby Overdrive. Your Stevens Memorial Library card or any Merrimack Valley card will give you access to our Overdrive collection. All our ebooks are purchased as a consortium, so you have access to the entire consortium. This includes ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines. And as a Massachusetts resident, you have access to the reciprocal lending agreement, so you have access to all the ebooks in the state. I can show you how to add all the other consortium's library cards to your Libby account. To begin, you'll download Libby on your smartphone or tablet, or you can also use your computer to visit overdrive.com or libbyapp.com. Has anybody downloaded ebooks before or listened to audiobooks on their phone? A few people? This is what the app looks like once you download it. This is the main page. What you see here is everything that is in our digital collection. You won't find any physical books here. At the bottom is the navigation bar. This first icon here is to search for a specific title. The next icon is the library. This is all the library collections. The middle one here is the menu. Stack of books is your bookshelf. It'll show you what's on loan and what you have on hold. And then the tag here is for tagging books. You could tag favorites or things you want to read. To add cards to your account, you'll click this menu bar. And one of the options on your settings will be manage cards or add a library. So if you want, you can add multiple cards to your account. If you and your spouse share a Kindle, you could have both your cards on a Libby account. And that's where you'll add all the other library consortiums as well. You'll hit add a library, click the consortium you're interested in, and then you'll use your library card number and your PIN to add your card to your account. Another way to look for books is you can browse with filters. You'll click this button. It'll take you to this screen where you can filter books by different topics. Once you find a book you want to download, this is what it'll look like. You press download and it will be added to it'll be connected to your library card account. If a book is not available, you'll hit place hold and you'll be notified via email when it's ready. Once it's downloaded onto your account, you can hit read with to to send your ebook to your Kindle. How many people here read on their Kindles? Once a book is checked out on your card number, you can send it to as many devices as you want if you have multiple Kindles. You click Read With, hit Kindle, and it'll take you to an Amazon website, and that's when you'll select which Kindle you want to send it to if you have multiple Kindles. You can send it to as many as you want. If you return a book early, or if you want to check it out again, it will remember your spot when you come back to it. So that's my overview of ebooks. Next, we're going to talk about different library databases. On the front page of our website, you'll see an icon that says e-library. This is where all of our databases live. Almost all of them can be viewed from home as well. From the front page of our website, on the right-hand side, you'll see e-library. When you click that, it'll take you to this page. You can look at databases by title, alphabetically. You can also browse by subject. For example, if you just want to look at genealogy resources, you can just browse genealogy. Ancestry is, I think, the only one that you have to view in the library. All others can be viewed from home. Some will have a separate home icon that you'll click on when you're at home. One of our more popular databases is Consumer Reports. We have the physical copies in the library if you want to come check them out, but you can also access the Consumer Reports website at home with your library card. The website is a little bit different than the books. You won't be looking at magazines by issue date. You'll instead type the item you're looking for into the search bar, and it will pull up reviews and articles related to the item you're looking for. The other popular database we have is Ancestry, the Ancestry Library Edition. This can only be accessed in the building. It can't be accessed remotely. It's a little bit different than private individual membership, but you can use it to look at birth, death, marriage records, obituary, military records, and more. And I wanted to remind everybody that we offer tech help. If you have any questions about ebooks or our library, you can come to us on Wednesdays, and we have time to answer questions one-on-one. So that concludes my talk here, my lecture. Does anybody have any questions? Start with you. Yeah.
The Consumer Reports, I did see the Consumer Reports cards part, I've noticed that, but I never saw that you could access, how you access the Consumer Reports section. I'm guessing you could look up articles?
Yeah, you can look up articles.
Or something like that?
Mm.
Say washing machines or, but I guess my question is, how do you get to that point from the main page?
So we can go ahead and do this together. E-library,
Yep.
from our website, e-library, Consumer Reports. If you were at home, you would use the home link.
Okay, I see Consumer Reports with cars, but that's,
It's the same. It's got cars and it's the regular.
oh, okay. That's why I didn't get far enough.
Sometimes it might ask you to log in with your card number. If you're on the town's Wi-Fi, it might not ask you for your card number.
Gotcha.
And then you would type in the item you're looking for.
Oh,
And now you get the articles. So it's a little bit different than the physical
Yeah. But no,
magazines.
good. I like that.
Right? Any other questions?
So example for the magazines, I'm looking at one magazine, but it says subscribe. Well, do I have to pay to look at the magazine, or is that, I mean, I don't wanna go further and be charged, so.
Are you on the Libby app?
Yep.
Go ahead, I have Libby pulled up here, let's look at it together. What's the magazine called?
Cooling Arts. I just haven't looked at that one.
The short answer is no, you should never be paying for anything when you get it through Libby.
So then it's, like, to look at it, it says subscribe then.
I think if you subscribe, it will automatically download the issues to you
Oh, that's what that is, but without charge.
without charge.
Don't give me a credit card number.
No, don't put in your credit card
Well, I
number.
don't wanna go through, just in case.
Yes,
Consumer report, it comes up with patron ID.
that's your library card number. You'll enter it with no spaces.
Can you download it to an Alexa?
And Alexa, that's a great question. I'm not sure.
So it falls asleep at
What's the device called? Is it just is it like an Echo or a?
Yeah, same thing.
You might be able to because Alexa is owned by Amazon. If you had your,
You can play audiobooks, I know that.
I think you could. If you were to download it to your Kindle account, if you were to download the ebook, send it to a Kindle, I bet Alexa would read it from the library. If you don't mind, I'll see when we're done and I'll get your information and I'll email you. I'll look into that.
Can you change consortiums? Can you go out with?
Yes, you can. I have. So it will search all consortiums, as many as you have added. This is my personal account here, and I'll show you all the different cards I have. So I have, obviously, Merrimack Valley. Everybody here can also get a Boston Public Library e-card. If you're a Massachusetts resident, you can get a Boston Public Library e-card. It's not good for their physical materials, but you have access to all their e-books. So I encourage everybody to sign up for the Boston e-card. And then through the reciprocal lending agreement, you can use your Stevens card to add all these other consortiums, CW Mars, CLAMS, Minuteman.
Is that out with Massachusetts or just in Massachusetts?
This is for Massachusetts residents.
So you can't go out with the consortium and sign in another one?
Yes, you'll come down here to add library,
Oh,
and you'll add the other consortium. You'll say, I'm visiting from another library,
okay.
and you'll add your card number. You don't get preference as a visiting member. You only get preference at your home library. So if there's a new book out, people from that home library get preference. But it's helpful when there's long wait lists, or if there's maybe an older title that we don't have and somebody else does. It's still beneficial to have all of these added. Yes?
How do you find out, are those all the consortiums that are available in Massachusetts?
Yes, those are all of them.
Excellent.
You want me to leave this up, or I can send the...
I'm gonna take a picture of it.
I was just wondering, can you do it out of state?
Out of state? Not unless, if you happen to have a card out of state. I still have a library card from my hometown in Washington State. So I've added that.
Thank you.
Mhm. Newspapers, great question. There's no, Libby and Overdrive don't offer newspapers, but we do have some in our e-library. You can search by newspapers. They might not look like what you expect. They look more like databases. So if you want to look at like today's Eagle Tribune, you can go over to newspapers, or you can go over E to find Eagle Tribune. We'll give it a moment to load, but it'll look like a database, so you'll pick the date you want to read. Today's date, October 16th. this is what the paper looks like, and then you would read each article.
Is everything in there from the paper?
No pictures.
No, but I mean all articles.
I'm not positive. Somebody says no, so maybe not. No, the digital paper is different.
Nope, I've looked for articles and they didn't come up. Sometimes they come up the next day, it's all weird. Yeah, it's not a good replica. The Herald actually has pictures, page by page, of the whole paper.
Yeah.
I noticed, but not many do.
Obituaries, yes.
Obits in there.
Obituaries should be here, but generally no pictures. Here's an open one from today. So this is what it will look like if you wanted to come in and print it off.
Tells you the information. Was there a crash of that database that you guys used for the newspaper a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago? Because I noticed at one point it wasn't accessible, and they were rebuilding it or something, it said on the page?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not sure about that. There's been
Good question, yeah.
our calendar has crashed,
Yeah,
and we're in the process of getting a new calendar. But I don't know that our newspapers went down. But if they did, I think they've come back up.
yes, no, they're up. They're up now.
Are there any other questions?
The Audibles, now, is that in the same area as the, when you download electronic books?
So Audible is owned by Amazon, and it's Amazon's paid service, a subscription for audiobooks. If you have a Kindle Paperwhite, you cannot listen to Libby audiobooks. You can only listen to Audible books. But if you have a Kindle with the digital screen, the one that looks more like a tablet, you can download Libby and listen to audiobooks there on that Kindle. But Audible is separate. It's a paid subscription.
So how many books come out audio-wise that are available to the library? Is it like a newest books, are they available?
Yeah, the newest books are available. Sometimes there's a wait list. We have, just like physical books, we only have so many copies
Yep.
of the digital ones. Example of a popular book. So here's a new popular book, The Women. You'll see you can place a hold on it. That's what you'll probably have to do. It's what you might have to do if you're looking for bestsellers.
Yeah.
One thing that's nice, once you add all the consortiums, there's this little calendar that tells you what the wait is like at all the different consortiums.
Oh, okay.
So 22 weeks. It's usually faster than what it says. People return books early, or they don't check them out even though it's their turn.
Right.
But this is what's nice about adding all the consortiums. It's the shortest wait time.
So the setup is the key.
Yes. Would anybody like help setting it up? My colleague Alyssa is here. We're happy to walk around and help people set up and download ebooks today.
I used to take the book club to the senior center, and we've chosen books in the past where there haven't been many copies. And I go on this and find out like how many total copies there are. Nice to meet you, Melissa. So that if there's only two, we may decide to read another book, because it might be hard for a group of 10.
Yeah, we can talk about that. How to pick out books for book club, or how to see how many copies are available. Does your club like ebooks or physical books?
They like physical books, a lot of them, yeah. I like ebooks because I have to adjust the print.
Mm.
I can't read otherwise. But yeah, I would say physical books.
So to look at the number of physical books that are available, you go to our website and go to catalog.
Okay.
Go ahead and type in The Women. I would not recommend that. You'll probably not get enough copies of this one. Go down here to, here's the physical book.
Okay,
So this says how many are available. There's 0 available. How many holds? 85 holds.
how many total copies of
And how many total copies? 249.
Okay, so if we know we're gonna read in February, they could start to go on and reserve it now, or try to, right?
So you could go on and reserve it now, or maybe you decide you want to pick a different book.
Okay,
Come up.
or make it later in the year or something, yeah,
Mhm.
okay, that's helpful. Can you print those pages?
Print these?
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, you can print pages. This is another example where it shows you how many are checked out and how many are available.
That, but I can still show you how to do it.
Okay, I have a question. So I just subscribed to one of these magazines.
Yeah.
How am I gonna, are they gonna notify me? How, am I getting a messenger? How am I gonna know?
You'll get an email, whatever email is associated with your library card. They'll send you an email there. If you're not sure, you can call the library and they can let you know what email is attached to your account. You might also get it, if you turn on notifications, you'll probably get a notification through Libby as well.
Yeah.
We've talked about the books, the magazines, and when we were in some of the computer classes, they had mentioned we would get Babbel for this.
Don't know if you have for the
What's the
iPad,
question?
but you can.
The question is, do we have access to Babbel? That's a language learning software, right? We don't have Babbel, but what we do have is transparent language. I can show you what that looks like. E for transparent language. Transparent language, you can view it in a browser. You can also download the app. You have to create a separate login, but you'll use your library card to create an account, and then you can pick which language you're interested in, and you'll go through different lessons.
And what was that under? What was the link?
Transparent language. So if you go to eLibrary and look under T, I don't know if it doesn't seem to be pulling up the lessons, but you'll walk through different lessons and it'll save your progress.
So what do I do first? I gotta sign up, like, I gotta download the Libby, or I gotta go in and sign into e-library? I'm not even sure what's that.
To start with downloading ebooks, how to start? The question is, how do we start downloading ebooks? The first thing you want to do is download Libby. Libby. It's a free app. You can find it in the App Store or the Play Store. And then once you open it, it will prompt you to set up your account. You'll say, I have a library card. Enter the library, either type in Merrimack Valley or Stevens Memorial. It'll ask you for your card number and your PIN. The default PIN is the last 4 of your card number. If that doesn't work, you can call the library and we can reset it.
We'll go on a Wednesday, or text there on Wednesday.
Yes, we have tech help on Wednesdays. Any other questions?
The last, when you say the last, your PIN is the last 4 digits. That's what I put in, and it says we can't find your card.
Try the last 4 of your phone number.
Okay.
The default used to be the last 4 of your phone number, and now the default is the last 4 of the card number, so I would try both if you're unsure. And then after that, you'll have to go to the library and have it reset.
What are the hours to check on Wednesdays?
10:30 to 11:30 and 6 to 7. That's just the time we have like a person dedicated to talking about technology. But you're welcome to come in anytime the library is open and ask questions as well.
And how many pieces of identification do you need to sign on for a card?
Just one. Just something that has your name and a North Andover address on it.